the Fáilte Ireland Tourist Office in Letterkenny to, maybe get some of the up-to-date brochures and find out maybe different things that are happening around Donegal. It's always great to pick up that kind of info. And so I arrived at the door, and
op de rotonde neem de eerste afslag naar Westmeer.
So as I was going up to the door, they were coming away from the door, the people in those cars. And when I read the notice on the door, the Fáilte Ireland office in Letterkenny, Donegal's biggest town, closed till June.
Till June. Over 300 meter.
Annoyed me. Here's
op de rotonde neem de eerste afslag.
Two groups of people from the UK and one from Belfast. And they were in. And Letterkenny, the biggest town in Donegal, the gateway to the main part of Donegal if you're coming from Northern Ireland, the gateway to Inishowen and Northern Ireland if you're coming up from the west of Ireland. And the office is closed. The Fáilte Ireland office. And what a lovely office they have. They spent a lot of money on that. Lovely grounds, butterfly garden, bus, car park, everything else closed till June.
Yeah.
That really annoyed me.
Fáilte Ireland says that the centre, the Tourist Information Centre in Letterkenny, has operated on a seasonal basis since January 2022. I wonder if did this all start during COVID now, as I see that date there. They say it'll open from the 1st of June 2025 and will be open through to the 30th of September as usual. And they say the majority of visitor footfall in the area occurs during this busy 4-month period. How about that?
So what about the tourist office in Killybegs or the tourist office in Donegal town that are opened pretty much all year? And you can get any information you want in there. Yet people would automatically go to Letterkenny as being the main county town, the biggest town. As
Over 2,5
kilometer. Different parts of the So why do they keep the other offices open?
And Martin, they're also saying that in addition to this currently closed Tourist Information Centre, there is an information kiosk available at Letterkenny bus station. This comprises of a video screen showing local things to do and see, You Are Here map board, and a brochure distribution rack with all the Fáilte Ireland local map guides.
So how do tourists know to go there? Answer me that one. And the bus station in Letterkenny is very small. I was in there just last week in the bus station to pick up a timetable for the bus. And there's a few of the county maps there, all right, but I definitely would not call that, an alternative to a tourist office. Absolutely not. And tourists don't know how to go there. They don't know to go there.
What is this? I mean, how long have you been doing the tour guiding, Martin?
I've been doing it a few years now. Yeah, I mean, you think you're from Kerry, isn't that right, Kitty?
I am, Martin.
Well, can you imagine if the Healy Rays, for example, went into Killarney or Tralee and they found the tourist office there closed? They would be dancing around the McGillicuddy Reeks like you wouldn't believe.
You're not wrong. You're not wrong, Martin. You wouldn't have this kind of carry-on in Killarney.
No, you wouldn't have, but as I say, it's open in Donegal town, it's open in Killybegs. They're operating out of a porta cabin at the moment, and there's a new tourist office almost ready now, and it'll be open very soon. But, the biggest town in Donegal, the gateway to Donegal, and the office is closed. I just can't believe that. Does the same happen in other offices? Does it happen in offices in Kerry, in tourist offices in Kerry?
We'll have to find out, actually. Maybe some of our listeners down in Kerry might give us a call and let us know what's going on down there. But you're right, though. I have to say, I was absolutely astonished when I heard this. That, particularly when you look out the window today and you see the weather, you see what's on offer, you see, what you could be, where you could be sending people in Donegal today. And as you say, the door is closed. I wonder, is it a post-COVID thing, though, given that according to the statement we got from Fáilte Ireland anyway, that this has been the case since January 22?
They didn't give you an indication that this was the same as some other?
Well, maybe we didn't ask specifically about other tourist offices, but that's the information I have in front of me right now. They do say as well, though, that Fáilte Ireland has 600 participants in communities across Donegal participating in the Local Experts and Champions programme. And these deliver Know Your Region and customer service training to tourism businesses to offer comprehensive information and services about communities in the area. Do you know anything about that, Martin?
I don't know anything about that. What good is that to somebody who's driving to Donegal? The first place it's going to look for is the tourist office, the local tourist office. You know, how is he going to find out about the bus station in Letterkenny or, you know what I mean?
Where do you give people tours around?
I just give it wherever they want them, but, you know, we've got loads of great places here, Sleeve League, you know, the Armor Island, Tory Island, places like that, Glenville National Park. There are so many lovely places here to visit in Donegal, but it kind of reeks of, you know, I hate to say it, it's a bit of a cliche, but forgotten Donegal, you know, forgotten part of Ireland. And, you know, I was astonished to find that office was true.
Where are the main tourists coming from to Donegal? Are you talking about Americans mostly? Is it Europeans?
They come from all over. They come from all over. You know, we obviously get a lot of tourists in from Northern Ireland. They would know Donegal. They don't need the tourist office. But there was that one group that day was from Belfast, and they, you know, they wanted to pick up a few brochures, maybe some ideas where to go. We also have a place down near Derry, down in Burt, called Wild Ireland. A great place to visit, you know, and so people would want to find out about places like that. Inishowen, ride the Inishowen 100, go down to Dunfanaghy and Ranafast and Dunlow, places like that. There's loads of lovely places to go, but the tourists come from all over. You know, and we won't turn anybody away in Donegal.
Now, loath do I am to say it as a Kerry woman, but I think anyone who has been to Donegal, particularly if you get a bit of weather, oh my God, it's mind-blowing. The scenery up around that peninsula, all over Donegal, is absolutely beautiful.
Yeah, we're expecting a big influx of tourists this year because obviously Donegal are going to win the All-Ireland. So there'll be a lot of people coming to Donegal this year.
We're going to have to. Do we have the... What's the county song? What's the county song you want there, Martin?
For the football?
Yeah, well, the football...
Well, you can't go past Daniel O'Donnell. Daniel O'Donnell does more for tourists to Donegal than Fáilte Ireland ever did. Because he's just such a great ambassador for our county. He's just a great man for our county. He sings a great song written by an Inishowen man called Patsy Kavanagh called Back Home to Donegal.
Back home.
That's the song Daniel sings a lot.
Oh,
but there's lots of other great
hang on a second. Is this it? Do we have it? What about the Hills of Donegal? I thought that would have been the go-to song for anyone from Donegal.
You mean Las Vegas and the Hills of Donegal?
Oh, well, there's that one too. That's Goat's Don't Shave, isn't it?
Goat's Don't Shave, yeah. There's loads of great songs. Yeah, there's a couple of great songs.
Hang on, we have it.
You may talk about Atlantis, I was lost beneath the sea. From the brave of the unknown soldier, or the cry of the Elvan Shee. Who was the man in the iron mask? Was Jack the Ripper set free? But as the more was Donegal, it's still a mystery. And if I could have pulled the wall around Donegal, the north and south to keep them out, I gotta build it tall.
Is there an official Donegal county song, Martin? Is the Mary from Dunlow?
You mean for the football?
Well, for the anything, what would be the anthem for Donegal?
Well, there's the Homes of Donegal. There's a couple of great football songs for Donegal. Balgriffin and Pat McLean is a great song called O'Donnell.
rechts afslaan naar R106 station Road.
There's another song by
Je
Roy
nadert een
Gallagher
overweg.
called Jimmy's Winning Matches. That gets a lot of play as well.
Oh, that gets a lot of play because of the 2012
Over 1,5
All-Ireland,
kilometer.
And
Rechts afslaan naar R106 Main Street.
As well, you know.
I just wanted to give you...
As Jim McGuinness would say, it's not him that's winning matches, it's his boys that are winning matches.
I just wanted to give you another opportunity to talk about how you're going to win the All-Ireland this year again, Martin. I do think, though, the county song issue, it can be quite a controversial one all around the country. Maybe there might be another programme in that, Martin. Hang on a second now. I want to talk to somebody, because we've had enough of Donegal, I think, frankly. Let's go back to Kerry. Christine, good afternoon.
Hi, Katie. Good afternoon to you too.
You were planning to go to Kerry this...
I was down to your homeland. I was planning this weekend to do a landing tour on Skellig Michael, our wonderful UNESCO World Heritage Site, and unfortunately it's not going ahead, and I'm extremely disappointed.
Yeah, I think that people may have seen something about this in the news in the last little while. There's an issue about landing permits for the boats that take people over to Skellig Skellig Michael, and because of this, there's a court injunctions being taken against the OPW in relation to this, and because of that, all the boats have been stopped.
Yes. Very disappointing, and I'll give you some idea. Obviously, we all know Skellig Michael probably was made most recently famous from Star Wars movies, but obviously it's a monastic settlement back to the 6th century. It's extremely difficult to get a landing boat to actually get a tour because it's limited to the amount of visitors Skellig Michael can have, due to obviously the remoteness, but obviously it's quite dangerous. There's 600 steps up to the monastery itself, and only certain cruise companies are permitted to land, and the landings happen between May and September. Obviously as well to do with the ecology of the island. The puffins are obviously come from Iceland to have their babies there, etc., etc., and it's one of the reasons why a character in the Star Wars movie was based on the puffins on Skellig Michael. I had booked to get a landing tour September 2 years ago with my son. Children under the age of 12 are not permitted onto the island because it's just too dangerous. And unfortunately, due to the weather, when you get down to Portmagee, it's a 5-hour road trip from Dublin to Portmagee. You can be in Portmagee and the sun is absolutely shining out of the heavens, and basically they get word from Skellig Michael as to whether or not sea conditions allow for boats to actually pull in to allow people off. It's quite dangerous even just to step from a boat onto the actual harbour. The tour costs about €130 per person, and it's booked well in advance. So I've booked nearly a year ahead for this coming weekend.
I know people, Christine, that have made multiple attempts to get on to Skellig Michael. It's because it's a bucket list. It's a bucket list thing for so many people. And as you say, you get there, you think, okay, this is the day because it looks fine. But unfortunately, they've very strict rules about, obviously for reasons, safety to get onto that island. So you have been looking forward to this for a year.
A year. It's a birthday present for a very special young guy who's been to all the UNESCO World Heritage Sites here in Ireland. He's a massive Star Wars fan, and equally as well, he's quite up here in secondary school. So that's my birthday present. He's just about to turn 14, and I have to give him the devastating news today that we won't be going out to Portmagee this weekend for the landing. Now, I did in fairness get an email last Thursday from our cruise boat to say that there might be a possibility that the landings won't go ahead. Last weekend was the first scheduled landing onto Skellig Michael, so this obviously has been a legal issue for quite some time, and it's going to impact not just obviously all the cruise ships, but obviously the international visitors that are coming to Ireland to visit our wonderful UNESCO World Heritage Site. So I think it's very sad. I'm obviously upset, but I think it's very sad for tourism in Ireland when we have, international people as well as Irish people, planning a trip like this, organising, booking time off work, a 5-hour road trip down
afslag naar
accommodation,
R106
and
Road.
then to have not go ahead based on permit not being granted to existing cruise ships that are licensed to land on and use Skellig Michael.
Yeah, and I know obviously we've been hearing from other people in South Kerry who are involved in the tourist industry in particular, really, really annoyed about this because, as you say, a lot of people go to South Kerry. I saw it described as the Eiffel Tower of Kerry, of South Kerry anyway, because it is such a landmark and such a draw for tourists, and it is an extraordinary situation, especially again when the weather is so good and you could
We've been watching the weather for the last number of weeks because, like, I know from actually going out on the boat, once a landing tour has been cancelled, you're permitted to do an eco tour, which is €70, and you go around Little Skellig and then Big Skellig, and you can see a lot from the actual boat, but it's nothing in comparison to actually possibly walking on a monastic settlement. I myself have an aunt who is now 92, who's been a Dominican sister who has spent a lot of time in South Africa. So for me, it's not just the fact that it's a Star Wars, film set at one stage. It's the history behind it. It's probably a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity for me to ever stand on Skellig Michael, let alone my son who's turning 14, and as I said, it is his birthday present. And there was 3 of us going down, so you've got 3 people. Accommodation, driving down, petrol, the whole kit and caboodle really, and it's so disheartening. And I know my actual
That's for the province. Well, John Klein will play his 150th game for Munster. To hear live commentary of the League of Ireland every Friday, download the Off the Ball app now.
Today FM weather.
With TUI. For holidays to suit all budgets this summer, visit tuiholidays.ie.
Dry and sunny for the rest of today with highs of 18 to 24 degrees.
Very nice. Who's this young fella? What's your name?
Who's this? How are you? Nice to meet you.
2,8 kilometer.
Some fella called Alex.
Alex Rowley, nice to meet you.
Alex, is that your real name?
Allegedly, yeah.
Is this a radio name or is it your real name?
No, well, they wouldn't let me choose a radio name. I couldn't, but I decided I'd shorten from Alexander down to Alex.
Are you Alexander on the birth cert?
I'm an Alexander on the birth cert, yeah.
It's funny because who's the other fella? Who's the other young fella that brings the news?
Ben.
Yeah. Ben.
Ben. Ben.
He's not Benjamin. He's just Ben.
Well, Phil is Philip as well.
What?
Phil is Philip.
Phil is Philip. So so some abbreviations, some are natural abbreviations. That's very good.
Yeah.
And what, you're 13 now, are you?
No, I actually turned 14 yesterday.
Okay.
Big roundy birthday.
Ali, young fella, you'll be good now at this, right?
Okay. Yeah.
My kid, he's 11. You should know you'd be on the Roblox.
Probably
together.
the same class. Yeah. I have an Xbox. Yeah.
So he's saying "let's go" all the time. Let's go, and it's only in the last week and a half, I think. He's 11. I think he's 11. No, he's not 11. He's 10. And he says, "World's greatest parent."
Yeah.
He's on air. I know when the birthdays are because the mother tells me the night before. He says, "Let's go" all the time, like to everything. He's saying it to everything. He's inside in the toilet. I'm hearing him going, "Let's go." I'm like, Andrew, your dinner is ready. Let's go.
Nice.
Andrew, it's time to go to school. Let's go. It's not let's go. It's let's
go.
Let's go. Have a listen.
Let's go.
That's
Oh,
it.
yeah.
Let's go.
Let's go.
I'm like, drop it. I don't need any more of it.
Let's go.
What is that?
It's not his friend Les, is it?
Les.
Yeah.
Let's go.
Maybe he's talking to us, but no, I think it's there are streamers online, and this is where I think it's from. I don't know which one of them, but when they would be winning games, I think they'd say like "let's go," but they'd say like "let's go" because they're American.
Let's go though.
Yeah, and it's just kind of caught on. Yeah.
Wild.
So there you go.
Listen, thanks so much for that.
No problem. Anytime.
Good luck in the. Do you have to get your homework done now before the next?
Junior starts coming up. Yeah.
Yeah,
Makes it fast.
Off you go. Go on.
Today FM's cash machine.
Cash machine, babes. Hey, what you told? Let's go.
Let's go.
Look at JP trying to be young. He's going to put that on his Tinder profile now. He's connected with a younger demo. Hey, I'm a young hip dude.
Let's go.
Over 300 meter. Links afslaan naar R107.
€156,000 on the cash machine tomorrow afternoon. A guaranteed win. Someone's definitely winning all this cash. That's what guaranteed means. 0874. No, it's not. Can I reset?
Let's go!
It's win. Text the word win to the number 57557. Win to 57557. Text costs €2.50 plus your standard message rate to play. Over 18s, you're played across the Go Loud network of radio stations. Terms and conditions are on todayfm.com. So tomorrow afternoon between 3 and 4, someone's definitely going to win all this cash. Text win to 57557. That means your number is in to win between 3 and 4 tomorrow. And we could be calling you. Have the phone off silent. You're ready to take the call. Answer then 5 rings. Then
Let's go!
tell us the total. €156,000.
Great bowling on Today FM.
Oh, 0874 100 102. Who's been on?
Granya's been in touch. She says, my 8-year-old says, nice, after everything.
Is that from us or from South Park?
I think that's South Park, isn't it?
South Park did a whole bunch of the nices, and I occasionally still play it.
Grania, is your 8-year-old niece
Watch
an
South
avid
Park.
watcher of South Park?
And by the way, that would be a South Park episode from about 15 years ago.
Right.
Nice. Or is it from us? Because I play it fairly regularly. Nice. So Andrew has the let's go.
Let's go!
The really unfortunate thing about that whole let's go thing, right, is if you've got a child in your house constantly saying
Let's go!
it sticks. And then as an adult, as a middle-aged adult, you start saying let's go to stuff. There's a hand movement as well.
What now? Describe that.
Something to do with football, I think.
You pinch your finger and your thumb together and you wave them around in a circle.
Yeah, I know you go down a little bit like that.
Down like
I
that.
think Ronaldo does it. Does Ronaldo do it?
Does he
You
do
know
that?
the
He
sport.
does. Ronaldo does. And he throws out his hands to the sides.
What are we doing? What are we doing?
We're doing noises on the radio.
Why can't we just go back to Jim members? Do you remember Fat Frogs? Do you remember Viscount biscuits?
I do, yeah.
Do you remember Bourbon creams?
That's more my speed. None of this let's go business.
Let's go.
Let's go!
There are other ones as well that he does. Now this is next level because I'm only learning the let's go and the hand movements. He does this as well.
That's what's up!
This is an Irish child, a posh South Dublin, snooty little Irish child, and he's talking like he's from Southern California.
That's what's up!
That's what's up. And he also has
I bet!
I bet.
I bet. Really?
Yeah, really, JP, that's what's up.
That's what's up!
Do you want to start the show then?
Go on then.
Let's go!
Yeah, like he said.
Come on, Ireland. The listenership figures came out today, by the way, guys. We got some dreadful news. Apparently people are listening.
Oh.
We did not need that kind of pressure, guys. Ridiculous. Come on.
Let's go!
To talk, then we choke, it's like our necks in the noose. Avoid the obvious, we should be facing the truth. Start to think it could be fizzling now. I'm shopping cause I never really had any doubts. Look into your eyes, imagine life without you. And the love kick starts again. Starts again. Love kick starts again. Starts again. It's the same old you, the same old me. You get bored and I get cold feet. Get high, get wandering eyes. Forget I've never ever had it so sweet. I realize what I've got when I'm out of town. Cause deep down you're my girl in the golden crown. My princess and I don't wanna let you down. No, I don't wanna let you down. Down, 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 down. You want me to come over, I got an excuse. Might be holding your hand, but I'm holding it loose. Go to talk, then we choke, it's like our necks in the noose. Avoid the obvious, we should be facing the truth. Start to think it could be fizzling now. Kind of shopping cause I never really had any doubts. starts again. Starts again. Love kick starts again. Starts again.
Gebruik de rechterrijstrook rechts afslaan naar R139.
You get bored and I get cold feet. Get high, get wandering eyes. Forget I've never ever had it so sweet. I realize where I'm going, I'm out of town. Cause deep down you're a girl in a golden crown. A princess and I don't wanna let you down. Big starts again. Start to think we could be feeling now. I'm shocked because I never really had any doubts. Look into your eyes, imagine life without you. Love kick starts again.
Day FM.
They say the holy water's watered down, and this town's lost its faith. Our colors will. Baby, come on. If
Over 2,6 kilometer. Op de rotonde neem de tweede afslag naar R139. tweede afslag. Op de rotonde neem de tweede afslag naar R139.
captivating work by Nikolai Rimsky-Korsakov, his early string sextet in A, as performed by the Vanbrugh and Friends. Violinists Keith Pascoe
Over
and Mario
500
Gaynor,
meter.
violists
Op de
Simon
rotonde neemt de
Pascoe,
derde afslag naar M1
cellists
richting
Christopher
Belfast,
Marwood
Dublin
and William
Airport.
O'Connell. From their performance with the National String Quartet Foundation, recital tour which took place last autumn. And it's all here on the Full Score, RTE Lyric FM. The time now at 18 minutes past 2. We're back in just a moment with the second part of this concert as the Vanbrugh and Friends take on Franz Schubert's lustrous String Quintet in C.
Friday, 23rd of May is Guide Dog Day. At Irish Guide Dogs for the Blind, we need your support to change more lives. Visit guidedogs.ie to donate, join a Take the Lead walk, or have dinner with Roy Keane. Tickets cost €10. Terms and conditions apply. Guide Dog Day, sponsored by Park2 Travel.
Join me, Simon Delaney,
And me, Nuala Carey.
as we bring you all the drama from the RTE All-Ireland Drama Festival's Gala Awards ceremony.
Streaming live from Athlone on Saturday, May 17th on RTE.ie at 9 p.m. See rte.ie/culture for more.
RTE, your public service media. The comfort zone. Are you there now? Or somewhere outside? Where does Taylor Swift fit in? Or David Lynch? Or microtonal music? Join Colin Turbine, myself, Luke Clancy and guests on Culture Files The Comfort Zone to assess your culture comfort. Get every episode by following the Culture File podcast.
The Full Score with Liz Nolan.
Well, it's a pleasure as always to have your company. Hope you're enjoying today's concert. Such a wonderful performance with the Vanbrugh and Friends. And should you want to get in touch with the show, well, don't hold back. 51554 our text during show hours. I'm also on social media at Liz Lyric FM on Instagram, Threads, Facebook, and Blue Sky. Yes, remember them all. Right, back to today's concert as the Vanbrugh and Friends present what will be his last chamber work by Franz Schubert, his String Quintet in C. Schubert was just 31 when he finally succumbed to typhoid fever with the underlying malady of syphilis, which had tortured him for years. And remarkably, despite illness and poverty and precious little acclaim for his works, Schubert spent the final year and a half of his life crafting a succession of supreme masterworks.
Over 3 kilometer.
Great Symphony in
Afslag
C,
naar
the
R125
Winterreise
richting
Song
Eschborn,
Cycle, his
Soort.
last 3 piano sonatas, and several more works, including this quintet. In fact, composer Benjamin Britten once referred to this time in Schubert's life as the richest and most productive 18 months in our music history. High praise indeed. And Britten continued, declaring, "The standard of inspiration, of magic, is miraculous and past all explanation." And the idea of a string quintet would have been familiar to Schubert from Mozart's 6 works in the genre. But where Mozart had chosen to double the viola, his string instrument of choice, Schubert went with 2 cellos, an elegant balance in their roles, whereby one provides kind of bass-like ballast, while the other soars into its upper registers. Throughout this quintet, there's an overriding feeling of space and expansion, a beautiful unfurling of emotion, harnessed by Schubert's deftly unfettered harmonies. It's rare that we're assured of a definitive key or harmonic basis, because the music kind of morphs and evolves during its journey. Schubert structures a quintet in symphonic form, so fast, slow, scherzo, the joker movement, and fast. And within those parameters, we have infinite time, it
Over
seems,
1
to
kilometer.
act and think,
Gebruik de
feel,
linkerrijstrook, neem de
along with the
afslag
dictates
links.
of the music.
Vervolgens op
Pride
de
of
rotonde
Place
neem de
has
eerste
to be
afslag.
the second movement, marked Adagio, very slow. One of the few times Schubert used this indication, its transcendent song offering both pathos and tranquility. It's one of those works that ultimately defies description, so let's just hear it. By Schubert, his String Quintet in C, D956, as performed here by the Vanbrugh and Friends. With the best of Irish, today's Full Score concert.
Neem de afslag links naar R125 Dashboard, Soort. Vervolgens op de rotonde neem de eerste afslag naar R125. Op de rotonde neem de eerste afslag naar R125. Over 400 meter. Op de rotonde neem de derde afslag naar Holywell. Op de rotonde neem de derde afslag naar Holywell. Vervolgens sla linksaf op de rotonde. Sla linksaf op de